Elite 1 then from Monza. This track of course needs little to no introduction. Turn 1 promises to be a very interesting proposition. We all get away well, everyone seems to get a good start. Has 91 with his power wipers leads us away, but the Mclaren of Rafael gets an absolute storming start. He's going to have to protect that inside line though. He's got Macreeda and Maniaf looking for a move as well. Has 91 might have outbraked himself here. He has to take to the escape road. That's going to reset him all the way back. We will check back. I've made a couple of positions up the start as well. I've made 2 positions up. SurferEv, who was able to join us for this last race, has got himself past Audi Ferry. The Audi doesn't start very well. And has 91 who did get reset all the way from P1 to P11. 30 Fat Kids of course not able to join us for this race because of work commitments. So he will be hopefully taking part in next week's showdown. Let's see if everyone gets through the section chicane alive and well. They all do. Everyone seems to be through that one okay. Rafa though is making an absolute bolt for it at the start of the number 79 PlayStation car, firing away into the distance. Then you got Macreeda P2, Maniaf trying to fight off Dixon at the moment. Dixon and the Jaguar just squeezing that Ferrari out wide. Then it's myself. I get a good run of Maniaf here coming out of the second Lesmo. Not going to be able to get the move done. I think I actually back out with this move and just let Maniaf take the line. Yeah, there we go. Not really worth fighting for it, although they are fighting a little bit further back. It's SurferEv and it was Mult 36 they're battling away. So it's Lamborghini versus McLaren. Audi Ferry they're making some positions back up. That TT is going to be a bit of a force. It was a really good car for this track with the low tyre degradation. Dixon's got a second and a half worth of penalties there, probably through Ascari. It does love to give you penalties there for Ascari, so he's going to have to get rid of those before he goes for an attack on Macreeda. That might let myself and Maniaf come back. Oh, Matt Elwood there, he's all over the curbs coming out the Parabolica. Is that going to give Robusub the impetus in the upper Ferrari then to get himself up to P6? He's going to be side by side coming down to turn 1. Let's have a look back at the front, see if anyone's making any moves. Not here. It's myself v Maniaf again. I've backed out of it, not close enough though, and Maniaf did go a little bit deep on the brakes, so I was able to get that move made round the outside. Maniaf just had to kind of get out of it unfortunately, so I was able just to sneak through. At this point Dixon's still got a little bit of that penalty, so I'm thinking if I can get past him here, it's going to make my life just a little bit easier. So coming down to the Rettifilio, Dixon, who's not really able to go on an attacking move. I'm just able to throw one up the inside, get the braking tidied up, throw that McLaren over the curbs, and we can see Matt Elwood there takes the escape road as well. What happened to Matt Elwood? Let's go on roof cam on the Ferrari. Does he just bail out of a move here? What happens? He might have got a nudge. He might have got a nudge from Has 91, you know. But it doesn't really make much difference. He still resumes there. I don't know if he picks up a behemoth penalty though for that, but I shouldn't imagine he will because it was contact from another car that caused it. Dixon is getting rid of his penalty. That's going to drop him behind Audi Ferry. Audi Ferry's move of the race so far is all the way from the back, pretty much up to P5. Myself up from 7th to P3 at the moment. Currently looking at Macreeda. Not close enough here at Ascari though, so just keep my line for the time being. Audi Ferry's got a penalty as well, so he's going to have to get rid of that before he attacks Maniaf. Has 91 is past Matt Elwood. Then Matt Elwood probably dealing with dirty tyres with Mult 36 in town. SurferEv is at the back now on the number 33. Someone who's absolutely bolting away though, GT Rafael. Starts lap 3 firmly in the lead of this race. He's got a good 5-6 second gap at least. What is he now? 9, 4. 4.5-second lead at the moment that Raffo's got over everyone else. As I'm looking up Macreeder now, side by side go the Ferrari and the McLaren. I do manage just to get the brakes nice and tidied up there. Macreeder didn't really fight that one. He's probably figured that the McLaren at this stage of the race at least is a little bit quicker. We've got drama further back actually between Haas 91 and Audi Ferry. Was it drama or was it just someone getting the braking a little bit wrong? Haas going for that last little bit of slip. Oh, Haas is just light on the brakes, look. Very, very light on the brakes. Manager's just about to get it tidied up. Doesn't lose any positions or anything, so the Lamborghini lives to fight another day. But it's Dixon now going on the attack against Robust Hood. Dixon, who's had to burn that penalty off, he was making great progress until he had to do that. He's now going on the attack against Robust Hood. Robust, who's in a proper championship battle. Before the video for the final set of races, I will give you a bit of a preview of the points. Dixon gets Rettifilo all wrong then, and Audi Ferry does get his way past him. Robust has got a little bit of a penalty, but he's not immediately looking to get past Maniaf, so it's not an issue. But it is the two PlayStation McLarens leading the way here at Monza. And I've got 25 minutes now to chase down Raffo. And the gap is 4.2 seconds then between Raffo and myself. I'm now free of traffic, and the chase is on between myself and GT Raffo. That being said, though, we're teammates, we're not going to give each other too much trouble, but it's still going to be nice to pick up a good result after a bit of an up and down season for me, to be fair. It's been a bit of an odd one. Monza, one of my favourite tracks, and I'm not always one of the quickest round here either. It's a track that I can typically be pretty consistent on and usually get my braking tidied up and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not always the fastest round here. I'm just able just to be quite consistent. Sometimes that's all you really need. Two Ferraris then having a little bit of a fight. Maniaf and Robust Hood. Robust, who thinks, oh no, he's got rid of that penalty now. Yeah, like I said before, the video you should have just watched, Interlagos, we did have a look at the points, and I think off the top of my head, Robust Hood is right up there for the championship. Now, I haven't got it handy to look at. I can tell you at the end of the video what it leaves the table looking like, because I can load those points up and give you a bit of an idea, but it's probably best doing that before the Suzuka video, and then you'll have an immediate knowledge of where that leaves him and where he needs to go. I think he is chasing, he is definitely chasing the win for the title. It'll be good to see Robust do that. He's going to have his hands full though, because this is a very competitive league. I think on the day, anyone in this league can get a race win. It's just one of those sort of situations where all the stars have to align really for you to pick up a result here at Interlagos, not Interlagos, at Monza and in this league. There are certain contenders that you sort of expect to be up there. Robust is in that group, Fat Kids is another one. Dixon, a one-lap specialist, but struggles in the race because of his tyre wear. You can never count Audi Ferry out either, he's always there or thereabouts. So someone locks a brake then going into parabolic, and that could have been Robust Hood. It's going to put Audi Ferry in a very promising position. The Audi very good through parabolic, so he should get a very good exit through here. The Audi of Audi Ferry pulls down the slipstream maybe a little bit early. Robust can use Maniaf to defend. Audi Ferry tucks back in. He's going to think twice about this move. Yeah, he does. Just tucks himself back in then. The Audi of Audi Ferry. P6 still. But that's definitely a car that's got the pace to be a little bit further up. In terms of tyres, pretty much everybody on the softs. You don't get a lot of tyre degradation here at Monza, so you can make softs last the entire race without really managing them too much. There's a little bit of nursing going on through some corners, especially just tidying your braking up a little bit earlier. I was doing that through the Retafili. I was chicane quite a lot, braking a lot earlier than I needed to, just to prevent brake locking. Maniaf's got a penalty now, so that's an invite for Audi Ferry if ever he's seen one. Wheelbase gets himself into P4. Yeah, if Audi Ferry can get a move made here on the Ferrari and Maniaf, he's got to burn this penalty away. The good thing for Maniaf though, he has got the slipstream from Wheelbase to help him out, and he's burnt that penalty away now, so he can carry on racing. It's a bit of an untidy Ascari chicane though. Very, very untidy. Audi Ferry might have just been caught up in that. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to have affected him too much. As Dixon gets his way past as well, so that's Maniaf lost 2 positions there. He might come under pressure now from Haz at 91. Audi Ferry currently holding the fastest lap of the race at 56.0. And that Audi on racing super soft tyres. So without a doubt, one of the fastest cars in the field tonight. Let's have a quick gap check on the top 2. So the gap come down about half a second in the last couple of laps. Not much in it between me and Raffo. As Mclaren is now starting to come under threat from Wheelbase to Hood. So Wheelbase will want all the points possible really for a championship battle that is no doubt going to be in towards the last few races of the season. Two Hungarian chaps still racing in 5th and 6th position. Maniaf might be trying to get that position back. He's survived the onslaught so far from Haz 91. Then he got Mutt 36 in P9. Matt Elwood, who's having a bit of a struggle today in the Ferrari. It's not. This is of course the home of Ferrari. Tifosi will be fully behind the South African today, but at the minute he's battling for a top 10 position. Trying to get rid of some of that penalty as well. That's actually going to drop him outside of the top 10. That's going to let SurferEv through. SurferEv now finding his groove. He's into the 56s. So he's now getting his groove in that McLaren, and he won't have done any practice. I think he's like me. I think he just turns up and sort of hopes for the best really. So he probably won't have done any practice. As we see, there's an almighty scuffle here going on between the two Ferraris. It's Wheelbase v Mclaren. I was a donut and pressed the wrong button. Wheelbase v Mclaren. Wheelbase goes down the inside of Parabolica. Unusual to make a move here because you're only really going to then give the slipstream to that car up the main straight and sort of allow them to make a move back on you. But Wheelbase goes for it anyway. But I think while the opportunity was there, I think he seized it and he might well just defend this down the straight. Risky strategy as Audi Ferry's pouncing as well. They could be going 3 wide here down at turn 1. It's dangerous enough too wide. Mclaren does tuck back in. Audi Ferry's got the outside line, but I think Wheelbase has just about done enough. Good driving there from the Ferrari, and the Tifosi will be happy. There was a Ferrari on the podium. Audi Ferry also understated a nice tidy move down through the chicane, but Mclaren has got the inside line through curve at Grande, and he might just be able to keep this move. The Audi does like these corners. Audi Ferry still ahead. Is Dixon going to try and follow his teammate through? We're a little bit sideways. Let's just review that. Let's jump on board Dixon cam actually. He's squeezed a little bit onto the grass. Yeah, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other that. I'd say Mclaren emerging ahead is probably the fair result. It did look like he was squeezed onto the grass. Dixon is going to take the opportunity and get himself up to P4. It's going to let Maniaf through. And it's Audi Ferry again versus Mclaren. What I will say though, Audi Ferry is pretty clean. He wouldn't have shoved him on purpose. I don't think that's raced with Audi Ferry quite a lot. He doesn't usually pull tactics like that, so I'm not really too sure what to make of it, but you never know. And that's reignited Maniaf's race, though, after some earlier bad luck. He's just got to try and chase down the Jaguar. If he can keep the Jaguar in check, he might be on here, because the Jaguar will start to fade as the race goes on with its tyre wear. The Ferrari will hold its tyres a little bit better. Is Mclaren now succumbing to Audi Ferry once more? It looks like he is. He's actually backed out of that move. Might just try and slipstream the Audi down the main straight instead. Maniaf, as yet, Dixon peels off into the pits. Oh no, he doesn't peel off into the pits. He actually takes an extreme inside line. That was almost killing the cameraman. Maniaf gets himself ahead of Dixon. Good move by the Samsung Ferrari. Dixon has to consolidate P5, get chased down by his fellow countryman, Mclaren P7 and Has91 in 8th, Mutt 36 in 9th. Has is having a good recovery. SurferEv in 10th, Matt Elwood in 11th, as we covered a moment ago. The two McLarens, the two PlayStation McLarens, are pretty close now. The gap was 4 point something seconds at the start. It's now 2 seconds. So I've managed to halve that gap on Raffo. Just chipping away at him ever so slightly. But again, not really expecting fireworks when we do meet, because we are, of course, teammates, so we're not going to give each other too many problems. Line astern elsewhere. Dixon's got himself a little bit of a penalty, so he can't attack his countryman just yet. McCreader's getting pressurised now by Has91 with his power wipers, if he has still got them on. He has indeed. He might be looking for a move down to Variante Ascari here. The two Italian marks are going to go side by side. They are, yeah. McCreader actually managed to get that really nicely tidied up. Ferrari survives for another day. Matt Elwood's looking for a move here as well. He's going to try and put SurferEv back down to the back. Looks like he's managed to do that so far. Good driving from Matt Elwood, but we're pretty much going to go 3 or 4 wide down into Parabolica. Someone's locked to break up. There's a little bit of contact between Has91 and McCreader at the apex, and Matt Elwood again is going on an adventure out the outside of the course. It's hard to predict what might happen down here. This is anybody's fight, really. Matt Elwood will just jump on board. In fact, we'll jump on board SurferEv then. It's 3 wide. Is it going to be? Don't make it 4 wide, boys. Don't make it 4. This is going to be chaos. SurferEv, you beauty. That was a move. That was a move. So he's 10th at this point. There's a gap there. He goes to the grass as well. Gets the braking tidied up. Oh, it was risky doing that. It was very risky doing that, but takes 2 Lamborghinis and the Ferrari and McCreader. I don't think there's enough room for 4 cars down there, but somehow they made it happen. That was a lovely bit of racing. Mutt 36 and Has91, and they're going to go side by side through Curva Grande. Has actually just tucks in behind. He's going to actually come under pressure from McCreader now. McCreader and the Ferrari could try and upset the party a little bit. Looks like he backs out of it in the end. Good move by SurferEv to get himself into P7. We've got Dixon, still got a little bit of that penalty in P6. Audi Ferry in P5. Maniaf in 4th position. Roberstord 3rd, then trying to chase me down in the McLaren. Meanwhile, I'm trying to chase down GT Raffo. So I'm mid to high 56s at the moment. Raffo is 57, so I am lapping ever so slightly faster than my teammate. Maybe he's just got a little bit more management concerns at the moment, not too sure. But that gap is slowly shrinking. The thing is, once I get within 7 tenths, which is 1.4 seconds at the moment, once I get within 7 tenths, probably happening a lap or 2, then it'll be game on really, because slipstream's worth an awful lot around here. A lot of these guys have managed to settle the differences. McCreader's right at the back, unfortunately. He's had to burn a penalty away looking at it, and him and Matt Elwood may be going side by side down the main straight. So battle of who can get in Has 91 slipstream. Well, that's what they're going to be fighting for then. SurferEv since getting past all that lot. It's just starting to pull away a little bit now. The McLaren does have good pace around it. It's a good car around here. Not the best. I think the TT is one of the strongest cars around here, but the McLaren's certainly no slouch. It does handle it well. Talking of the Audi, it's starting to reel back in Maniaf. Still holding his fastest lap, of course. Are we going to see Dixon pit? His front left's definitely seen better days. Close now between the two McLarens. What is the gap? 9 tenths, yeah, so I should be within range to get some wonderful slipstream very soon. And that's the field. It's gone almost. 10 laps of Monza completed. The two PlayStation cars. And are now battle for the lead. Going to be a little bit of team play, maybe a little bit of team orders. Zach Brown on the radio. Change the lead then, so I managed to get myself up. Try and keep Raf out in my toe so I can help the teammate out, because he has got Robust to Hood now chasing him down. Robust been lapping similar pace to myself. Oh, Dixon's gone off the track there, that's not good. What's happened to Dixon? So he's got a penalty, he's got a second and a half's worth of penalty. He's trying to burn it off. Just gets his exit wrong a little bit. SurferEv passed him. He's just trying to burn his penalty away on the chicane. Now he'd probably be vulnerable to the McLaren. So the Jack's going to have to just get rid of that penalty before I can really go on the attack. SurferEv then up to P6 on a fine race. Don't forget he started at the back of the grid. We do see Dixon just try and burn away a little bit more of that penalty before Mutt 36 arrives on scene. Has 91's had a horror somewhere. Right at the back of the grid by some way as well. Always the tyres just starting to go on that Lamborghini. And a four-wheel drive, of course, so it does wear its fronts quite a lot, considering it's an Italian sports car. You do tend to see quite a lot of front tyre wear on that because a lot of the power is sent to the front wheels. GT4s, of course, can have a lot of different drivetrains. The GT3s are the ones where it's pretty much all rear wheel drive or bust. GT4s, you can have front wheel drives, you can have rear wheel drives, you can have pretty much any combination your heart desires. Audi Ferry then on attack mode against Maniaf. Bit of a fair gap between Audi Ferry and SurferEv. Does the Audi go for the move down the main straight? Looks like he's going to. Maniaf actually doesn't put too much of a fight up against him there. Still 8 minutes of this race remaining. Oh, Dixon again. Dixon sliding his way. What's happening here? He's fighting away with Mutt 36 actually. I think this fight, so Dixon will have been getting rid of his penalty. It's allowed Mutt 36 through, so Dixon's going to try and get that position back and get chasing after SurferEv. You can see he's just starting to vanish away in the distance a little bit. late on the brakes as he dared, then Dixon just a little overcooks it just a little bit too much. Does manage to get it tidied up, but that's not going to help his tyres. And Mclaren, who's behind him, on much fresher rubber. Mclaren can probably try and look to mount an attack against the Hungarian now. Maniaf, meanwhile, going on an attack against the other one. Audi Ferry, that all just runs it a little bit wide, and this is what I like about Audi Ferry, and that you can get an example of it here. So he obviously makes a mistake here, and knowing that there's a likelihood he'll collide with Maniaf if he just continues his current trajectory, he just backs out of it, nerves himself, but he'd rather do that than spear into another car. So I applaud that, I praise it, and sportsmanship in action right there, ladies and gents. Rafa's got a little bit of a penalty to worry about. The good thing is he's staying in my coattails, so he's managing to keep with me. Of course, we're all still managing tyres. We've got about 7 minutes remaining then between now and the end of the race. Rafa can survive from Moses to Hodge. What is the gap? The gap is 4.2 seconds. So in theory, unless someone makes a mistake, it should be okay. Because Robus's times will just be starting to dip away a little bit now. In fairness, all of our times will start to dip away a little bit now. Dixon has succumbed to Mclaren. On that Jaguar, very second hand now. He goes wide round Parabolica. Matt Elwood, of course, can't overtake him at the minute because he's got a little bit of a penalty, but he might try and just burn that down the main straight here. Yeah, he does exactly that. So we can now mount an attack through the rest of the track. Maniaf v Audi Ferry is still a battle we might be very interested in. Rafa's got that penalty to worry about, but again, he's unless he's looking at making an overtake, he don't have to worry about it. He's got rid of half a second of it there, to be fair. Robus is gaining just a little bit. Still got good pace in that Ferrari. Dixon taking to the escape road again, just really struggling. Doesn't want to, didn't want to impede Matt Elwood, so he backs out of that move. Back to the top though. 5 minutes remain for me to bring home. I think this would be my second win of the season, considering I pretty much missed around. Despite the fact I scored points, I just sat in the pits for the entire race. I think that was Alsace and Autopolis or something like that. I didn't score and then I had another round where it was terrible. These have been a good bunch to race with this season. We've got 2 more races left after this. I want to say I'm talking about Suzuka and Nürburgring 24 hour. Nürburgring's going to be in these cars. It's going to be our second car choices. So it's going to be interesting. Full 24-hour layout. We'll only get a couple of laps in that. But I'll tell you what, the commentary video for that's going to be absolute fire, because we've not even had the race yet, and I can tell you there's going to be lots of off-track action. I don't mean behind the scenes footage, as Matt Elwood just takes a little bit of a bumpy road. Dixon just pushing the limits of that Jaguar, despite the fact he's got pretty much no tyres left. He's getting caught then by Robertson ever so slightly. He's dropped out of my slipstream now, which will be slowing him down a little bit. The slipstream is worth so much here. Robertson, he's already got a podium, providing he doesn't spear it off track. But he does want that P2 position. He's got another couple of minutes to do something about it. And he has chomped the gap down as well. 2.4 seconds is the gap now between Raffo and Robus. Although he's running out of laps to do something about it. Raffo picks up a little bit of a penalty. Again, he doesn't have to worry about it. Does not have to worry about it. He can defend with that penalty, it's fine. On McGinn, he needs to Dixie, you don't need to warm your tyres up, mate, they're knackered enough as it is. I think you need to save them, dude. So how's that one's got rid of his penalty, then he's going to be looking for that that P10 position. Dixie's tyres are a little bit goosed. He's going to try and defend the position, of course, as you would with just a couple of laps remaining. An extreme inside line here by Dixon. So there may be any room at the end for Has 91 this time round. Oh, what's happened to Raffo? What has happened to Raffo? I'm going to go back and have a look. Oh, we go. No, Raffo. He goes to visit an off-track area. So at this point, it's a quite comfortable position. It's just the exit. Just the exit of turn 2. Braking's a little bit late, but it's fine. It just means the back end gets a little bit loose. Carrying just a bit too much speed. Yeah, the back end of the car is just not stable at that point. And he loses P2 and P3 goes by as well. Audi Ferry's also going to get a run on the McLaren. Audi Ferry's going to get himself into P4. Pretty much the last lap as well. Which is gutting for Raffo, who led quite a lot of the race. Oh, Maniaf goes off. What's happened to Maniaf? So this is going to give Audi Ferry a podium. He wasn't expecting that as well. As Robus goes like bunny hopping over. Oh yeah, that's just the curb through him. And we'll see Robus to Hood do the same thing. Robus survives it, I think. Just gets the braking a little bit wrong. Has to take to the escape road. But yeah, that's GT Sport Physics, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely knackers up Maniaf's race. Surf for an extra position as well as put Raffo back up into a P4 spot. But Audi Ferry, the unexpected recipient of a P3 so far. I think a lot of these drivers are going to get round for another lap. Gap between me and Robus. Just been managing things at the front, so 6.2 seconds now between myself and Robus to Hoods. Yeah, just been able to manage. Not pushing the car too hard. But that early sort of management I did has seen me well at the end of the race. What's happened to Macreeda? Let me just cut away. I'll see what did happen to Macreeda. I'll come back to you. It was the cursed curb that got Macreeda then. So he's running in P8 and the curb just throws him off. Just Seb Vettel and throws him off into the gravel then. Manages to keep the car going, gets himself back on track, but has to wait for cars to pass him. Unfortunately that's it's not a race ender, of course. Dixon and Has 91 go to work, but it does put him back quite a few positions. exactly where we left off. Let's go and see. So we're into 29 minutes, 20 seconds. Yeah, Mo's still get another lap in, let's see who. So I'm going to get another one in. Wheelbase is going to get another one in. 30 seconds remain. I think we'll all make it, to be fair. Hardy Ferry will. Yeah, we're all going to do it. Even these two who are still squabbling away at the back. Side by side they're going to go. Creeder should be okay as well, because the timing line is just there at that gantry. Yeah, so one more lap. Dixon's swapping around then. Has was originally going to commit to that racing line, but had to back out of it. Would have unsettled the car a little bit. Dixon's got himself up to P9. A little bit of a penalty, not a big one. See if anything's happening. No, those two survived that the dreaded curve. McCreader's okay this time. There's a couple of corners left for myself then, just come through Ascari, then it's just a parabolica. That should be race win. I don't like saying nice things about myself, so I'll let you guys say something nice in the comments if you really want to. But yeah, I was happy, obviously, especially given how my head's been with racing lately. I've not really. The only time I turn on the PlayStation and the wheel is Friday nights. It hasn't been getting any use any other time of the week. So we'll literally come on no practice, do a race, and then go on Wreckfest. But take the win here at Monza, happy with that. Robust Hood, a P2, that'll do his championship world of good as well. Some good points. Audi Ferry, good P3 for him in the Audi. Raffo, P4 in the end. SurferEv, good race for SurferEv, P5 in the end. Maniaf will finish 7th because he didn't burn that penalty away. Matt Elwood, 8th. One to forget for Matt. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this. What's happened with these boys? So Dixon was well in the lead. Look at the run Has got on him though. What happened there? So Has has got a penalty. Dixon just doesn't have a very good Ascari, does he? And Has has a really good one. Gets a run, can't overtake. Don't know why Dixon backs off there. Dixon hasn't got, unless he's letting him by, he might be letting him by. That's really confused me, because McCreader's just going to sweep round and take both of them. There's a McCreader in the Ferrari. He immediately picks up 2 positions, or has 91's going to go on a bit of an off-road adventure. So McCreader P9,